All right, good morning, Alan. Oh, there's Colocho. There's Ana Luna. Perfect. Oh, Samantha Perez. Perfect. Oh, there's Marco. Good old Marco. Okay, we'll get started at 9:02. I have an announcement video to play. And then after I play that, we'll get started with our lesson. It is super duper simple. So we'll start at 9:02.
Hey, Mr. Did you do the thing I told you? I emailed to you?
Yeah, I said I was going to start it for this lesson. So we'll start it for this lesson.
Let's know.
Yeah, I appreciate the email, by the way.
Oh, Mr. I did the homework, the 931.
I'm glad you did your grade, Marco. We'll certainly thank you. So I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's see. Colocho, Annika, not Anika's yet. And speaking of Annika, she's there. No Burnaby yet. Oh, Joshua's here though. Okay, no Eddie yet. Sad story. Let's see. Allison, not here yet. I marked Alan here. Did I mark Angelica here? I did not. Okay. Ulysses, he's here. Perfect. Okay. It is currently 9:02. It's a long announcement video today, so let's get started with our morning announcements. Here we go. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I need to share the screen before I do anything. Let's do that first. All right, here we go. As we get to it with our morning announcements. As soon as I get this ready to go, is that it? No. Is that it? Yes. Okay, here we go. I see you guys. I see you watching these announcements. It's Wednesday, April the 29th, 2020. Let's get to it, to our morning announcements. It's also Uniform Day. Hey, if you're wearing that uniform, you are celebrating that school spirit. Let's get to it with our morning announcements for the day. We'll get to that in a sec. But let's see what's on tap this Wednesday, April 29th. Remember, if you want to take a shot at winning an Amazon gift card ranging from $50 to $100, all you need to do is express how you feel about mental health services in school. You can submit a poem, visual art, song, video, essay, etc. Send out details for this contest to your counselor. Well, I didn't, but again, Ms. Ramirez did. Don't miss this opportunity. The deadline is May 1st. Here are the codes. Freshies, it's that code there, the YB code. Sophomore, it's the XO code, XO. Juniors, the MU code. And then finally, the seniors, the HIH code. And also, if you're interested in joining Leadership Council for next year, again, talk to Mr. Evans or Mr. Vu. Mr. Evans at sevans@valueschools.com or Mr. Vu at nvu@valueschools.com for the deets. So, we all know that the big day, May the 1st, for the seniors. They're picking their colleges of where they're planning to go for the next at least 2, if not all 4 years. Well, let's talk about some fun facts. Celebrities that have attended colleges, as many of our seniors may be attending. For example, hey, Cal State Northridge. Eva Mendes, she went to Cal State Northridge. She's an actress and TV producer. Allison Hannigan, she's from How I Met Your Mother. And then, of course, Cheech and Chong from Cheech Martin. He's an actor. I'm sure a lot of you guys know him. Cal State Fullerton, Gwen Stefani. That's a nice surprise there. Anna Lambert, and then Justin Turner, who played baseball. Cal State Dominguez Hills, Nishi Nash. Cal State LA, how about this? Carlos Mencia, Edward James Olmos, and also Samuel T. Durant, who's an astronaut. From UCLA, Gabriel Union, Jack Black, James Franco, Miam Biliak. From the Big Bang Theory, a lot of great people there, a lot of actors that went there. Andy Samberg, Stephen Hawley, and Maya Rudolph. If you guys know Maya, actually one of my favorite actresses. She went to, and all those people went to UC Santa Cruz. Lacey Green, John Cho, and Chris Pine, they went to UC Berkeley. And then from UC Santa Barbara, Harvey Levin, Alan Williams, and Jose Hernandez. And then everyone's favorite, DJ Steve Aoki, wiggy, wiggy, wiggy. I'm sure he does, great with those turntables and the techno and the beep, bop, boop, and all that stuff. Community colleges, yes, community college. It's still just as strong as those universities as they plan to go to those 4 years. Tom Hanks, George Lucas, Steve Jobs also went to community college as well. Queen Latifah, and also Cardi B. They extended their education past high school to learn the tricks and trades of social life. So if that doesn't get you guys into the idea of applying for college, let's see if Michelle Obama can definitely get you guys riled up.
This is a big day. It's college signing day.
Find what ignites your spark in life and go for it.
Congratulations to everybody here. I'm proud of all of you.
You guys are a huge asset to your community.
I'm so glad all of you have decided to reach higher.
Personally, you're about to make the best investment that you can possibly make. A lot of you have been counted out before. Maybe your parents didn't get to go to college. Maybe you were like me and somebody told you that you weren't college material. You have to ask yourselves whether you're going to believe the haters or whether you're going to believe the own truth of your story. In order to be here today, you kept on reaching higher for yourselves and for your future. You've told all those doubters that they better make room. We have your backs. We are here today for you.
She will be attending UCLA,
United States Marine Corps, Howard University,
Riverside City College,
El Camino College.
It is such an honor to be here amongst every one of you.
Remember, guys, seniors, we wish you guys the best of luck. Juniors, remember that it's only a year away. Sophomores and freshmen, it's coming up, most definitely. When you blink, it'll be your senior year. And when you blink again, you'll be graduating. So remember that every single day that you're in school, whether we're physically in school or not, remember that you guys are planning for your future. If you want this feeling, you need to work for it. Okay, community college or universities, doesn't matter. You are getting ready for that next level of education, no matter where you guys go. Us teachers are preparing you for the next level. So if you guys are just going to sit there and go, doesn't work that way. You need to work for your future. Okay, thank you. And now our TikTok video of the day. Prepare to be amazed.
What? No, man. How's this happening?
What?
I mean, dude.
If that didn't blow your mind, I don't know what else will. I mean, it seems like, that takes a lot. That certainly takes a lot of yoga, probably a lot of exercise, a lot of stretching, a lot of weightlifting. That is tough to do. That is incredible. The invisible chair. All right, well, Wednesday's upon us. One more day till the end of the week. Continue the week strong, finish even stronger. Have a great day, and as always, go Jags. Crazy times, guys. Definitely crazy times. All right, wow, that's we don't want to see that again. All right, so a couple things. We're already about halfway through this chapter. This fourth lesson is going to put us halfway through this chapter. Remember that you have a quiz that's due on Sunday, as well as this homework assignment due on Sunday. Office hours, I'm looking at my schedule. I am almost full. Actually, I'm not full for tomorrow. Well, actually, no, I have 2 people that have signed up for tomorrow. Marco, I think you said you're at 2 o'clock, correct?
No, on Thursday.
That's what I'm saying. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I already have a kid showing up at 3 o'clock tomorrow as well. I have a 2 o'clock today, and I don't know about a 3:30 because I have a meeting with Mr. Arroyo today or at 3 o'clock. But I do know I have a 2 o'clock today, so I leave it up to you guys. If not, I have a 2:30 and 3:30 tomorrow, okay? And then Friday, I am free all day on Friday. Well, not all day, but from 2 to 4 on Friday if you want office hours. It is up to you. It is not up to me. Remember, we can use office hours to fix quizzes to add points to your grade. Any questions? Let me look at the chat to see if there's any questions. No questions? Okay. All right. So let's look at this example here. All right. This lesson's very simple. Okay. This lesson talks about solving for X. We are solving for X. Okay. So what we need to figure out is the area of this triangle. But before we find the area of this triangle, we need to find these sides. Oh no, we don't know what the sides are. However, we do know for a fact the area of each of these squares, okay? The area of each of these squares, this square, and this square. We can find the sides of the squares. Let's do the easy one, okay? Remember that all the sides of a square are the same. What do you think the sides are of the square if the area is 40? Good job, Samantha Perez. It is 7. How do we get that? We square root 49 to get 7, okay? So now let's do the same thing with 625 and 576, okay? So notice what Samantha did. She square rooted 49. She got 7. Samantha, good job. And because of that, I'm going to give you an extra credit point for giving me the answer without having me explain it. So Samantha, good job. I want someone to give me the area for 625, the sides for 625, and then the sides for 576. Can someone give me the 625 one and the 576 one? Okay, again, how did we get 7? The square root of 49 is equal to 7. Thank you, Samantha Perez. 24 for 576. So we know that this side is 24. Now let's find the long side, the hypotenuse. What is the length of the hypotenuse? Good job, Sophia. Because the square root of 625 is 25. Okay? So again, remember, in a square, right, we'll call this x times x. The area is x squared. And we learned this from chapter 7 when we did this, right? When we did like x minus 2 and then x minus 1. And then to find out the expanded form, we use the blocks method, right? And one of them was x times x, which is why x times x is x squared, okay? So what relationships do we notice among the areas of the squares? Well, keep in mind that, right, the sides of the area comes from the sides squared, okay? Now, this goes with the idea of what we're talking about today when we solve equations using square roots, okay? Solving equations using square roots. So remember when we talked about 49? Let's say 49 equals x squared, okay? Whenever we square root, there's always going to be two answers, okay? It's plus or minus 7. And the way that we rewrite this, if we were going to write it separately, we can say it's 7 and then negative 7, okay? So that's why it's saying plus or minus, meaning if there's two answers, it's a positive answer and a negative answer, okay? Here's a problem, though, with part B. Anytime x squared equals a negative, that is a no-no. Can anyone tell me why x squared can never equal a negative? This will be for an extra credit point. Can anyone tell me why x squared can never equal a negative? No real number, that's true, but let's be more specific about what we're doing. We're trying to square root, okay? We can always square root a positive number, but what can we never square root?
Negative.
Negative, very good. So if I gave you like the negative, yes, we can never square root a negative number. So like negative 16, this is a sad face because there's a negative inside. This is no bueno. Okay.
Because negative times negative is positive.
Exactly. So two negatives make a positive, but there's no two numbers that make a negative whenever we're squaring something. Okay. Good point, Sophia. Okay. Very good point. All right. And I'll give you the extra credit point, Sophia. Okay. This one's easy. Just square root 169. We have two answers. What are they? Waiting on you guys.
13.
And
4.
And 4? So we have two answers, right? It's positive 13, and what's the other answer? Guys, we just talked about this. Whenever we have x squared equaling a number, we have two answers. They're both positive and what?
Positive 13 and negative 13. No?
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Allison. No thinking whatsoever, right? Do not make up your own math right now because it's what we're just talking about, okay? Let's see if he's paying attention here. Emmanuel, is there an answer for part B? Tell me yes or no. And I only want Emmanuel to answer. It's either yes or no, Emmanuel. Okay, good. For an extra credit point, why is there no answer? Because x squared equals a what, Emmanuel? In this equation here, the x squared equaled a what? Which is why there's no answer for this. Good. No, thank you, Allison. Emmanuel, can you tell me though? There is no thinking whatsoever, Emmanuel. Can you tell me? Yes, I will give you the credit. Thank you, Emmanuel, a negative. Okay, good. Okay, this is no bueno because since x squared equal a negative, there's no answer. So this is not possible. Any questions on the first examples? Okay, good, good. All right. Oh, no, there's a number next to x squared. What is your goal? First, you need to get what by itself?
X.
Yes, you always want to get x by itself, always. Before you do anything, before you square root, okay, before you do anything to find the answer, okay? So in order for us to get x squared by itself first, what are we doing here? What did we do first?
Divide by 7 to
Very
get
good.
rid of 7.
Yes, to get rid of the 7 because we want to cancel the 7s. Good. So then we get 16. Then we square root it. It's 4 and negative 4. So let's do the same thing here, okay? Oh, no, it equals a negative. But notice how there's a negative 3 next to the x squared. When I divide it by negative 3, I get positive 8. And when I square root it, it's plus or minus the square root of 8. Okay, I'm going to pull up a separate sheet of paper real quick. Let's see if I can get this loaded up here. And there we go. Okay, so in this problem here, we had 5x squared equals 125. Super duper simple. Thank you, Allison, by the way. So for this example here, 5x squared equals 125. What's our first step?
Divide by 5.
Good. When we divide by 5, now I get x squared equals what? Anybody? Yes, Colocho, good, 25. Very good, Colocho. Then our last step to get x by itself. We want just 1x, not x squared. We want 1x. What do we do after that? It is 5. And yes, square root. We're square rooting both sides. So our answers are 2 answers. We have positive 5 and then negative 5. Okay, there it is. Yes, Jesse. Okay, Jesse, you know what? Let's see if I can get you an extra credit point. Okay, here we go. Here we go, Jesse. All right, part B, negative 1/2 x squared equals negative 36. Okay, here we go. I'll put this over on the side. Okay, negative 1/2 x squared equals negative 36. I want to make this a positive 1. What is the reciprocal of negative 1/2? I'll give you a hint, Jesse. Flip the fraction. What is the reciprocal of negative 1/2? This is for Jesse. Yes, 2/1. Good. And it's got to be what? And you'll get the extra credit, Jesse. The number has to be what? Because we want to make this a positive 1. The one, no, not positive. Anybody?
Negative.
Negative, right? Because 2 negatives make a positive, so I got to make this negative 1/2 a positive number. Jesse, good job, by the way. I'm going to give you an extra credit point. Negative 2/1. Oakley dokley. All right, so now we get x squared equals negative 36 times negative 2. That's going to be positive 72. What's our last step? We have to what?
Square root both sides.
Good. We have to square root both sides. Boop, boop, boop. So we have x equals positive radical 72 and negative radical 72. And the negative is outside. It's not inside. Any questions on this?
Nope.
This should be very simple. Should be very simple. Any questions? Oakley dokley. Oh, no, it's an equation. But at the same time, our goal is to still get x by itself. So notice how we went from here to here, right? From this equation to now equaling 27. What did we do to go from this?
Add 5.
We added 5. So we're doing the same thing like always, still trying to get x by itself, right? We add the 5, we divide by 3, then we square root. We can only square root when x squared is by itself, when there's nothing around it, okay? So let's look at these examples here, all right? Negative 5x squared minus 19 equals 144. Yeah, negative 5x squared, okay, minus 19 equals 144. Can anyone give me the process on how to solve for x? What do we do first?
Add 19.
Good. We're going to add 19. I'm going to do this in orange. Orange, negative 5x squared is equal to 144 plus 19. It is
160.
I think it's 163. Yeah, it's 163. Okay, what's our next step?
You divide by negative 5.
Good. And it's not divisible with 5, or negative 5 rather. So x squared equals negative 163 over positive 5. I brought the negative to the top. Our last step is, now that x squared is by itself, what do we do next? We have to what?
You square root it both sides.
But here's the problem. What are we square rooting on the right side? We are square rooting a what?
Negative, so you
So is it possible?
No.
Good. So since this is not possible, since we're squaring it negative, good. So this is a no bueno answer. There is no solution for this. Okay. So this is a no solution answer. Okay. Any questions on this? Okay. Let's see if we can do one where there is a solution. Okay. We can do it actually on here. What's our first step?
Subtract.
Subtract 17. So
17.
yes. So 3x squared equals 209 minus 17. What would that be?
192.
Yes, 192. Then what do we do?
Then you divide by 3.
Good. So x squared equals what? 192 divided by 3. Colocho, good job. 64. Perfect. Then our last step, what do we do?
Square both sides.
Yes, and it is going to be 8. And we have two answers. X equals 8. What's our other answer?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. Very good. So it's 8 and then negative 8. Guys, you guys are doing phenomenal. Phenomenal. Okay. We have one more example, and then we are done for the day, essentially. Okay. Any questions on any of this? Any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. So now let's determine a reasonable solution. This one here, has anyone heard of, I'm going to put 2 blanks here, and the last blank is called theorem. When you hear the word theorem and you see a triangle, do you guys know what that theorem is called that we're using to find missing sides? Yes, Colocho, Pythagorean theorem. What comes to mind when you hear the word Pythagorean theorem? 3? Well, okay, there's 3 sides. Yeah, there's 3 sides in a triangle. Does anyone know what comes to mind when you hear the word Pythagorean theorem? Besides math, Burnaby, what is it?
Angles.
No, we're not using angles for it. We're actually finding sides. Equations, kind of like that. I'll put it on here, Colocho. Good point. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Does that look familiar for some of you guys?
Yes.
Okay, so the reason why we're using this is because we're using this to find missing sides, okay? So let's call the legs A and B, and the longest side is always C, okay? So we're using that to find missing sides, okay? So let's look at this example here. A cell phone tower has a guy wire for support as shown. The height of the tower and the distance from the tower to where the guy wire is secured are the same distance. What is the height of the tower? Well, we know that the wire is 200 feet long and these sides are the same. So actually, since these sides are the same, we're going to call these X and X. So notice this, right? This is our A side. This is our B side. And this is our C side, right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Does that look like it fits?
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, the reason why we're calling this X and X is because it states that they're the same distance from here to here and then from here to here. That's why we're calling it X, because they're both the same values, okay? Notice how we have X squared and X squared. Are these both the same? The X squared and X squared.
Yes.
So we can add those together. We don't add the exponents. We only add those numbers next to it, and it's 1 and 1. It's like saying 1 Sophia plus 1 Sophia. We have 2 Sophias, right? So it becomes 2x squared. We square the 200. We divide by 2, and we get 20,000. And notice how we broke it down. 20,000, blah, 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 blah. We got the exact answer, okay? So let's do this one here. Find the distance from the base of the tower to the midpoint of the guy wire. So they're the same distance, okay? So we need to find this right here, okay? And it's the midpoint. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna draw the triangle, okay? We already know one of these sides, okay? It was 100 radical 2. We found that from the answer, okay? So it's 100. Actually, I'm not even gonna call it that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call it the square root of 20,000 to make it more simple. Okay, so we can actually leave it as it is. So this is the square root of 20,000. I'm looking for this side. And if it states that this is the midpoint and this whole length is 200 feet, what is going to be the length from here to here? If
100.
Yes, because it's halfway. Very good. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, okay, is I'm going to take this triangle and I'm going to pull it out. Okay. I'm going to take that triangle and I'm going to pull it out. So let's do it on here. Okay. And I'm going to do it diagonally. Okay. So we know that the long side was the square root of 20,000. Okay. One of the sides was 100 and the other side was Z. We're missing a side and we can use the Pythagorean theorem. Okay. So by using the Pythagorean theorem, this is our A, this is our B, and this is our C. Okay. So it's 100 squared plus Z squared equals, and this is important. Okay. It is the square root of 20,000 squared. Okay. I'm going to do the easy one. 10,000 plus Z squared. What's the right side gonna be?
40,000.
What is it?
40,000. The
No.
square root of 20,000.
It's not actually. I'll give you a hint. When you square a square root, the square root, what happens to the square root? It goes what? What happens to the square root?
Bye-bye.
It goes bye-bye. Yes. Whenever we square a square root, and I'm going to circle this real quick, okay? Whenever we square a square root,
So it's going to be 20,000 still.
it's just going to be 20,000, okay? Whenever you square a square root, it goes bye-bye, okay? It goes bye-bye. So it's just going to be 20,000, okay? So 20,000, okay? Now let's solve for Z squared. What's my next step to solve for Z squared? Don't overthink it.
You subtract Z squared.
No. What moves from left to right? Not the Z squared. What moves from left to right?
10,000.
Good. We're subtracting 10,000. So Z squared is equal to 10,000. Now what do we do?
Now square root.
Yes. And there's only going to be one answer for this, okay? It's only going to be the square root of 10,000. We don't take the negative. Why don't we take the negative answer?
It's not the answer because negative, you can't take a negative.
No, it's outside. When the negative's outside, we can actually disregard it. Okay. What are we talking about here? We're talking about dimensions. What can we never have as a dimension? What can we never have as a dimension? A negative. Good job, Allison. That's why in a word problem, usually when we're talking about dimensions, when we're talking about area, when we're talking about time, we can never have negative answers. Okay. So we only take the positive answers. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. We are officially done for the day. If you guys want to stay for questions, I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. Don't forget, I've got office hours. Marco, I will see you at 2 o'clock tomorrow. I have a 2 o'clock today if anyone wants it. If not, I have Thursday, 2:30 and 3:30. Friday, I'm available 2 to 4. So please.
Mister?
Yes.
Can I have today? Office hours at 2 o'clock.
I will put you down for today at 2 o'clock. Okay. And check your email because I send you guys a link to the privately. So you're going to get a private one. And a cause,
Okay.
I'd be happy to stick around. I can help you out with one of the questions on the 9-3 quiz. So if you want to stick around and if you want me to help you out on the 9-3 quiz, I'd be more than happy to. All right, so I'm going to go over the 9-3 quiz for those that want to stay. Oh, if you want to help on Friday. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I forgot that I'm giving you guys a quiz today. Yes, I can help you out on Friday. Do you want to do Friday at 2 o'clock and a cause? Okay, I will put you down Friday at 2 o'clock and a cause, okay? And we could do more than that. We can also do quiz corrections too, okay?
Bye,
And
Mister.
and hold on one sec. I saw when do we have her? Oh, good question with the bathroom passes. I haven't really thought that through. What I would probably say is if you guys show me your bathroom passes at the end of the year, like using your cameras, and I'll count them all up, then I'll give you guys those extra credit points. Okay. Good point, Colocho. Okay. Eddie, you are allowed to go with Marco for office hours. So I'll put you in office hours tomorrow with Marco. So Eddie, please check your email. Okay. So I'll send it both to you guys at the same time. Okay.
Hey,
Well,
mister.
okay. Yes, Marco.
Send me the homework.
Yeah, I'll make the homework online for you. Okay, I can do that.
All right. All right, thank you.
Anyone else? Mister, do I have office hours today at 2:30? Yes, you have scheduled me office hours for today at 2:30. Yes. So do not forget. Okay, any other questions, comments, or concerns?
Bye, mister.
Take care, Joshua. Anyone
Bye,
else?
Have a good one.
All right. A pleasure to work with you guys. We are more than halfway done with the chapters. Please turn in your stuff because if not, your grade's going. All right. I will see you guys later today for some of you guys on Thursday, and then some of you guys on Friday. Email me if you want office hours. Okay. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.